Donald John Trump was born in Queens, New York, on June 14, 1946. Growing up in the bustling borough of Queens, Trump was surrounded by the dynamic energy of New York City, which would later play a significant role in shaping his ambitions and career. He was the fourth of 5 children born to Fred Trump, a successful real estate developer, and Mary Ann McLeod Trump. Fred Trump was known for his disciplined approach to business and life, a trait he passed on to his children. Mary Ann, an immigrant from Scotland, brought a sense of resilience and determination to the family. Trump's childhood was marked by privilege and a competitive spirit instilled by his father. Growing up in an affluent neighborhood, he had access to resources and opportunities that many could only dream of. His father encouraged him to be ambitious and to strive for excellence in everything he did. Trump attended the New York Military Academy, a private boarding school, where he excelled in academics and athletics. The academy's rigorous environment helped to further develop his discipline and leadership skills. It was here that Trump began to hone his competitive edge, participating in various sports and excelling in his studies. He then enrolled at Fordham University before transferring to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. At Fordham, Trump began to explore his interests in business and real estate, laying the groundwork for his future endeavors. The transfer to Wharton, one of the most prestigious business schools in the country, was a strategic move to further his education and career prospects. At Wharton, Trump studied economics and real estate, graduating with a bachelor's degree in economics in 1968. His time at Wharton was marked by a deepening interest in the business world, and he began to develop the skills and knowledge that would later define his career. The rigorous academic environment at Wharton challenged him to think critically and strategically. Even in his early years, Trump displayed a keen interest in business and a knack for self-promotion. He was known for his confidence and ambition, often setting himself apart from his peers. His ability to market himself and his ideas became a hallmark of his career, helping him to build a personal brand that would become synonymous with success and wealth. He often boasted about his accomplishments and claimed to have graduated first in his class, a claim later disputed. This tendency to exaggerate and promote his achievements was a characteristic that followed him throughout his life. It reflected his desire to be seen as the best, and to be recognized for his successes, real or perceived. Trump's upbringing and education shaped his worldview and laid the foundation for his future endeavors. The combination of his father's business acumen and his mother's resilience created a unique blend of traits that would define his approach to life and business. His early experiences instilled in him a relentless drive to succeed and a willingness to take risks. He inherited his father's business acumen and developed a relentless drive to succeed, often pushing boundaries and courting controversy along the way. Trump's early life and education were instrumental in shaping the man who would go on to become a prominent figure in real estate, entertainment, and politics. His story is a testament to the impact of upbringing and education on one's path to success. After graduating from Wharton, Trump joined his father's real estate company, Elizabeth Trump and Son. He quickly rose through the ranks, demonstrating a shrewd business sense and a talent for deal-making. Trump focused on developing luxury residential and commercial properties in Manhattan, putting his name on hotels, casinos, and skyscrapers. He became a fixture in New York City's social scene, known for his lavish lifestyle and flamboyant personality. In 1987, Trump published his first book, The Art of the Deal, which became a bestseller and cemented his image as a master negotiator. He went on to author several other books on business and self-help, further promoting his brand and business acumen. Trump's foray into entertainment began in the 1990s with the Miss Universe pageant, which he owned and produced. He gained wider fame as the host of the reality television show, The Apprentice, where he became known for his catchphrase, "You're fired." Trump's entry into politics surprised many. He had long been a registered Democrat and had even donated to Hillary Clinton's Senate campaign. However, he gradually shifted his political allegiance, becoming a vocal critic of President Barack Obama and embracing conservative positions on issues like immigration and trade. In 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for President of the United States, running on a populist platform of economic nationalism and promises to make America great again. His campaign was marked by controversial statements about women, minorities, and his political opponents. Despite widespread skepticism from the political establishment, Trump tapped into a vein of anger and frustration among working-class Americans who felt left behind by globalization and political correctness. His unorthodox campaign style and direct appeals to voters resonated with a significant segment of the electorate. Trump's victory in the 2016 presidential election shocked the world. He defeated Hillary Clinton, the Democratic nominee and former Secretary of State, in a stunning upset. Trump's presidency was marked by a series of policy changes and controversies that shook the foundations of American politics. From the moment he took office, Trump set out to reshape the country's policies both domestically and internationally. One of his first major actions was to withdraw the United States from the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Agreement, a move that was both praised and criticized by various sectors. He also imposed tariffs on goods from China and other countries, aiming to protect American industries but sparking a trade war that had global economic repercussions. In the judicial arena, Trump appointed 2 conservative justices to the Supreme Court, solidifying a conservative majority that could influence American law for decades. Trump's presidency was also plagued by scandals and investigations, which often dominated the news cycle and fueled partisan divisions. Special counsel Robert Mueller investigated Russian interference in the 2016 election and possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia, a probe that lasted nearly 2 years. While Mueller's report did not establish a criminal conspiracy, it left many questions unanswered and did not exonerate Trump on obstruction of justice. This led to further investigations and debates over the extent of Trump's actions and their legality. The House of Representatives impeached Trump in December 2019 on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress related to his dealings with Ukraine, marking a historic moment in his presidency. However, the Senate acquitted him on both charges in February 2020, allowing him to remain in office and continue his re-election campaign. Trump's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, which began in late 2019, drew widespread criticism. His administration's response was seen as slow and inadequate by many public health experts. He downplayed the severity of the virus, promoted unproven treatments, and often contradicted his own health officials, leading to confusion and mistrust among the public. Trump's clashes with public health officials, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, became a focal point of his administration's pandemic response, highlighting the deep divisions within the government and the country. Section 5. The Battle for America, the 2020 election, and its aftermath. The 2020 presidential election was one of the most consequential in American history. It was marked by unprecedented voter turnout, with millions of Americans casting their ballots early or by mail due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The stakes were incredibly high, and the nation was deeply polarized. Trump faced former Vice President Joe Biden, the Democratic nominee, in a bitterly contested race. The debates were heated, and both candidates campaigned vigorously across the country, despite the challenges posed by the pandemic. The election took place against the backdrop of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which had upended American life and cast a long shadow over the campaign. The pandemic not only affected how people voted, but also became a central issue in the election itself, with both candidates offering starkly different visions for handling the crisis. Trump campaigned on his record in office, touting his economic accomplishments and his tough stance on immigration. He emphasized the pre-pandemic economic growth and his administration's efforts to build a border wall, aiming to rally his base with promises of continued prosperity and security. Biden, on the other hand, promised to restore normalcy and decency to the White House and to unite a deeply divided nation. He focused on issues like healthcare, racial justice, and climate change, appealing to a broad coalition of voters who were eager for change. The election results were close, with Biden ultimately prevailing in the popular vote and the Electoral College. His victory was celebrated by many, but it also sparked controversy and division as the nation grappled with the outcome. Trump refused to concede defeat, making unfounded claims of widespread voter fraud and filing numerous legal challenges to the election results. His allegations fueled a movement among his supporters, leading to widespread protests and a deeply contentious post-election period. Trump's efforts to overturn the election results were unsuccessful. Despite numerous lawsuits and recounts, no evidence of significant voter fraud was found, and his claims were repeatedly dismissed by the courts. His legal challenges were dismissed by courts across the country, including the Supreme Court. The judiciary's rejection of these claims underscored the resilience of the American legal system and the rule of law. The Electoral College met on December 14, 2020, and formally elected Biden as the 46th President of the United States. This marked the culmination of a historic and tumultuous election, setting the stage for a new chapter in American history. In 2024, Donald Trump made a remarkable return to the White House. The campaign was intense, with Trump and Joe Biden both rallying their supporters with fervor. The nation watched closely as these two political titans clashed once more on the grand stage of American politics. During his second term, Trump's policies took center stage. He focused on issues such as immigration reform, economic growth, and national security. His administration worked tirelessly to implement changes that they believed would benefit the American people. These policies sparked both support and controversy, reflecting the deeply divided nature of the country. Beyond politics, Trump's family and personal life continued to capture public interest. His children, Ivanka, Donald Jr., Eric and Tiffany, played significant roles in his political and business ventures. Meanwhile, his marriage to Melania Trump remained a subject of media fascination. The Trump family, with their unique dynamics and high public profiles, remained in the spotlight throughout his presidency. The story of Donald Trump is, in many ways, an ongoing saga. His influence on American politics and culture is undeniable, and his legacy continues to evolve. As new chapters unfold, the impact of his time in office will be analyzed and debated for years to come. The Trump era, with its triumphs and tribulations, is a testament to the ever-changing landscape of American democracy. If you liked this video, subscribe to the Millenium Studios to see more videos like this.